Hello, everybody. So for the third time today, I'm going to talk about the Kangaroo study. But of course, our projects are not precisely similar. So I'm going to talk about what happens in Helsinki. So my name is Kostilainen, and I am a music therapist and also a PhD student in the University of Helsinki. So our aims and research questions are the same that Ulrika already showed. So we want to know if combining parental singing and kangaroo care can have these positive effects on the later cognitive development of prematurely born infants, and if it also can have these positive effects on the on the early interaction and emotional connection between the parent and the infant. And the research questions are, so does parental singing during kangaroo care improve auditory discrimination skills, well-being of both infants and parents, language development, and parental anxiety? So the methods. So we are recruiting 80 stable preterms that have been born between 26 and 32, but when they start the intervention, the infant is normally between 31 to 33 weeks old. And we have two collaborating hospitals, Jorvi Hospital in Espoo and Kätilöopisto Maternity Hospital in Helsinki. And I go there and I recruit the families, and so we have these two groups. The first one is the singing kangaroo group. So in this group, the parents are combining the kangaroo care and parental singing every day until the infant is at the age of a full-term infant. And then in the kangaroo group, the parents are doing the daily kangaroo care. And so that I haven't specifically told, encouraged them to sing. So it's more like that they are doing the kangarooing with the normal instructions. So they are trying to make it as calm environment as possible. And then the parents are filling up this diary every day about how much they sing and do the kangaroo care. And here are our outcomes. So in Helsinki, we have a EEG measurement at 40 weeks of gestation when we are measuring the auditory discrimination skills. And then we use Bayley III when we are testing the language development. And then we have the parent diary. And also we are measuring the parental anxiety with the stage rate anxiety inventory index. And then I have also these questionnaires for the parents and also interviews with some of the parents about their experiences of singing, so how they felt it affected the infant and the parent, and if it had any effect on the early interaction and the emotional connection. And also if they felt that the kangaroo situation was any different when they added the singing, so these kind of things. And this is the current situation now that we have. So we have recruited overall 81 premature infants. But as you can see, we have measured 37 premature infants. So of course the intervention time is quite long. And usually these families can have like lots of different kinds of situations at home. So a large amount of the families don't come to the EEG's measurement. But at this point, we have measured 22 singing kangaroo group infants and 15 kangaroo group infants. And also we have measured at the beginning of the study 20 full-term control babies. So and then 23 parents have filled up the questionnaires, and then now we have tested 27 toddlers with Bayley III, but of course the groups are still really small. So then the EEG measurement that we do at 40 weeks in gestation, so we are interested in this auditory event-related potential. So these MMNs, these brain responses that happens right after a change in a stimuli sequence. And we are using this kind of multi-feature MMN paradigm. So as a standard tone, we have this bisyllabic pseudoword, tata. And then we have 6 changes to that tone. And also 3 these kind of emotionally relevant stimuli. So tata is also said happily, sadly, and angrily. And just to show you something about the parent diary analysis at this point. So these are the mean values of the intervention times and days. So the groups are quite even, but the kangaroo group has been kangarooing a bit more, and they have had a bit more kangaroo days also. But both groups have been kangarooing over 2 hours per day, and the singing group has been singing about 40 minutes per day. So here you can see some preliminary aERP results. I have 2 pictures now here. So at the top there is one deviant, a vowel change. So there the standard tone tata is changed into tato. And then down here you have a happy stimuli. So there the tata is said happily, like tata. And these are from the electrode seed set. And then you can see the timeline in milliseconds and also the amplitude level, so how big the response is. And then also on the background you see the stimuli, the vowel change and the happy stimuli. And then you can see the green line are the full-term control infants, the red line is the kangaroo group infants, and the black line is the singing group infants. And it looks like that the more the infants have been exposed to stimuli, the bigger the responses are. And also it looks like the full-term control infants are more closer to the 0 line, and then the singing group infants, as you can see, have the biggest responses, and then the kangaroo group infants are in the middle. And also for the emotional sounds, the responses were much bigger in every group, of course. So then a few things about the Bayley III that we use. So it contains 3 scales, the cognitive language and motor scale, and we are testing the children approximately at 2.5 years old. So, of course, we have really, really small groups at the moment, so no group differences at this point, but we have found some interesting correlations between the background information that we gather from the family and between the cognitive performance when we put the groups together. For example, the more there is singing in child's home at the moment, the better performance in language expression scale. And also almost significant at this point, the more child is singing by herself, himself, or playing music with instruments, the better performance in language understanding scale. So, of course, we hope that there will be a lot more children coming to this test, and these can change. But it's nice to see that already at this point we have some results coming from the data. But this is an ongoing study and a long-lasting study, so we are still recruiting families and hope that we can get more babies coming to the EEG measurement and also the Bayley III. But this was all that I have today. And this is, hey, the research team and the foundations that are supporting our study. Yes, thank you.